Palantir, and since you were early at Palantir, maybe tell us a little bit about how did forward deployed engineer become a thing at Palantir, and what can founders learn from it
Yeah.
now?
I mean, I think the whole thesis of Palantir at some level was that if you look at Meta, back then it was called Facebook, or Google, or any of the top software startups that everyone sort of knew back then, one of the key recognitions that Peter Thiel and Alex Karp and Stephen Cohen and Joe Lonsdale, Nathan Gettings, like the original founders of Palantir had, was that go into anywhere in the Fortune 500, go into any government agency in the world, including the United States. And nobody who understands computer science and technology at the level that, at the highest possible level, would ever even be in that room. And so Palantir's sort of really, really big idea that they discovered very early was that the problems that those places face, they're actually multi-billion dollar, sometimes trillion-dollar problems. And yet, this was well before AI became a thing. I mean, people were sort of talking about machine learning, but back then they called it data mining. The world is awash in data, these, giant databases of people and things and transactions, and we have no idea what to do with it. That's what Palantir was, is, and still is, that you can go and find the world's best technologists who know how to write software to actually make sense of the world. You have these petabytes of data and you don't know how do you find the needle in the haystack. And, the wild thing is going on something like 20, 22 years later, it's only become more true that we have more and more data and we have less and less of an understanding of what's going on. And it's no mistake that actually now that we have LLMs, like it is becoming much more tractable. And then the forward deployed engineer title was specifically, how do you sit next to literally the FBI agent who's investigating domestic terrorism? How do you sit right next to them in their actual office and see what does the case coming in look like? What are all the steps? When you actually need to go to the federal prosecutor, what are the things that they're sending? What's funny is like literally it's like Word documents and spreadsheets, right? And what you do as a forward deployed engineer is take these sort of, file cabinet and fax machine things that people have to do and then convert it into really clean software. So, the classic view is that it should be as easy to actually do an investigation at a 3-letter agency as going and taking a photo of your lunch on Instagram and posting it to all your friends. Like that's, kind of the funniest part of it. And so, I think it's no mistake today that forward deployed engineers who came up through that system at Palantir now, they're turning out to be some of the best founders.